You are listening to the People Station on greatdayradio.com.
Welcome, Great Day Radio fan, and welcome to the Love Lounge, the podcast episode where we dive into the highs, lows, and everything in between of relationships. I'm DJ Mikey D.
And I'm DJ D. Marie. For this episode, we're talking about a phenomenon that's gaining a lot of attention called monkey branching. Ever heard of it?
Absolutely. It's that idea of jumping from one relationship to another before ending the first. It is kind of like how monkeys swinging from branch to branch in the jungle.
Exactly. But it's not just a cute metaphor. It carries some pretty heavy emotional implications. Let's unpack what monkey branching really means and why people do it. Before we kick off the conversation, I would like to give a big shout out to our new TikTok and Instagram friends. A big shout out to Dee Dee Fletcher from Seattle, Washington, Nancy Thompson on TikTok, author and writer, Albert Loftus on TikTok, Tiara on TikTok, and all new friends that joined our network recently. If you have a shout out or song dedication on our top 40 online radio station, visit greatdayradio.com. Click on Let's Talk and leave a 30-second message or two. Thank you for your love and support.
So DJ D, for our listeners who might not be familiar, how would you define monkey branching?
Well, it's when someone in a relationship starts to look for a new partner before fully ending their current one. It's like they're branching out to see what's next, while still holding on to the current relationship.
Right, so it's kind of a preemptive move. People are often seeking security or validation from the next relationship before they actually leave the old one. It is very similar to how I described my relationship with my ex-wife when we were talking offline.
And it's typically driven by fears of loneliness, falling out of love, or even low self-esteem. They don't want to feel single or alone for too long. Do you mind briefly explaining what we talked about?
Sure, I won't get too much into the topic for sake of time. My ex-wife, prior to my son being born, attempted to leave the relationship, then again just before the pandemic and one other time before finally going through with the divorce. While I was away, finishing grad school in Washington, she had what she describes as an emotional relationship. In her words, he was giving her the attention that she needed, that I was not giving her. Again, not going to get too chatty about it. I would encourage you to visit greatdayradio.com for more in-depth discussion on this topic. Long story short, after much time apart since the announcement of the divorce, I realized that she has a pattern. For example, when a relationship gets serious, she self-sabotages the relationship by leaving or branching out. In our case, once we were married, the sabotage still existed. I believe now that she has been involved in online dating apps and testing the waters. However, because of circumstance, she never 100% committed to those relationships, but instead strung me along. There are at least 2 proven facts she ventured outside the marriage. We are both guilty of doing so. However, when a one-time incident occurred on my end, I knew that we needed intervention. I chose family and showed up there after hoping we can get past our issues. Okay, back to what you stated. You bring up an interesting case in point to what I just mentioned about my relationship. What motivates someone to monkey branch? Was it always malicious?
Thank you, Mikey D, for sharing your viewpoint in relations to your recent divorce. To answer your question, not necessarily. Sometimes it's about fear of being alone. Other times, it's about boredom or seeking excitement. Some people might be afraid to face the ending of a relationship and do it gradually instead.
It's also worth noting, for some, it's a defense mechanism, avoiding the pain of a breakup by having someone else lined up first.
Exactly. But of course, that comes with its own set of emotional consequences for everyone involved, especially if kids are involved.
From what you have learned, what kind of impact does monkey branching have on the relationships involved?
It's often pretty damaging. The person being left can feel betrayed or heartbroken because they might find out the truth later on.
Ain't that the truth? And the person doing the monkey branching, they might feel guilty or justify their actions, but it usually erodes trust over time.
Trust is the foundation of any relationship. Once it's broken, it's tough to rebuild. Plus, if someone's constantly monkey branching, they might struggle with commitment overall.
That's a good question. Are there situations where monkey branching could be seen as justified or understandable?
Some argue that if a relationship is truly toxic or beyond repair, ending it by gradually leaving may be a softer approach. But even then, honesty is usually the better path.
True, deceiving someone or leaving while still emotionally involved can create more pain, even if it's less sudden.
It's a tricky balance. Ultimately, open communication and honesty tend to be healthier strategies.
So, what can listeners take away? Be mindful of the motivations behind your actions. Are you signaling genuine readiness to move on, or are you just avoiding hard feelings?
And for those on the receiving end, if you suspect someone's engaging in monkey branching, remember that your worth isn't defined by someone else's choices.
Great advice. Thanks for tuning into the Love Lounge. Remember, healthy relationships are rooted in honesty, trust, and respect.
Until next time, stay genuine, stay loving. For more relationship talk, please visit greatdayradio.com. Likewise, if you are interested in advertising on our reels or on our website, visit greatdayradio.com. Click on advertising for more information. Thank you for your love, support, and sharing our shows. You're amazing.
Hello, my Instagram and TikTok family. Please listen to the full show of this episode by visiting greatdayradio.com. Likewise, if you are interested in advertising on our website, Reels, or any other platform we host, visit our website and click on advertising. We have affordable rates and excellent and personable advertising packages. Stay tuned in for more great music on our Top 40 Party Mix Radio and or talk show on greatdayradio.com.
You are listening to the best podcast from the USA to the UK on greatdayradio.com.